Okay. Yeah, the reason why there was a an attempt stream earlier is because I was actually trying to stream to Facebook, but then I started noticing I was getting comments on the attempts on the failed attempt. Well, there's a couple attempts of streaming on YouTube. Well, not really attempts, but accidental live streams, and I was like, oh well, if people if people are commenting on my on those accidental streams, then maybe I should just stream to YouTube instead. So that's why I'm here now, and I changed the title to Trials of Radagon and Elden Beast. Basically, it's just me practicing, just practicing fights. I may get the footage I want, or I may not. But every attempt is every attempt I call practice. And then when I succeed, then it was an attempt that was successful. It is. I forgot my last. So this is gonna be definitely a practice run here. Whew. Ah, bugger. Dang it. He was attacking too. I hate it when he does that, when he's just constantly attacking. That's what I can't stand, when you can't even throw one little attack in there. He just keeps going. That's one problem I've had with the Elden Ring boss fights, is sometimes they just keep going. And I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah, I know the previous title was definitely startling. It said a relaxing soul level 1 playthrough of Dark Souls, and it was Elden Ring showing. That was just what was that for? I think that was a Facebook live stream that I tried putting the title into. It's weird. I wish the formatting for Elgato was better. Oh heck, that thrust attack! I am, for some reason, when it comes to thrust attacks in just any of the From Software games, I'm just weak towards them. I don't know why. I guess they're just so sudden, and they have a clear tell. I mean, all you gotta do is just watch their arm and see if it's going back, and just anticipate a very sudden thrust attack. But for some reason, it just gets to me. I think maybe the best thrusting attack I've ever reacted to was actually with the Noble fight. Surprisingly, I adapt really well to the thrusting attacks in that. It's probably gonna be one of those boss fights where I'm just kind of gonna get it on a random day. I'm not expecting it to get. I'm not expecting to get it today, because I still need to refine a lot. Dang it. For some reason, when it comes to timing that lightning bolt jar, see, that's one of the things I need to refine more, is dodging that lightning bolt. Because you got one projectile attack that's really sudden, and then you got the other one that's got a bunch more of a delay on it, and that combination just throws me off so much. I mean, I would much rather dodge the lightning bolt, lightning strike attack compared to the whatever the other thing is, that 5-star throw, whatever he does. I'm not a fan of that because it's just not. It's not well telegraphed in my opinion. It really needs a better tail before it happens. You know, it's just so sudden. It's just not even satisfying to dodge. Hello, you as well. Have a nice day. Ah, heck, I don't know why I just did that. I'll just do weird stuff like that sometimes. I'm like, maybe I'll get away with it. In a lot of my boss reviews, I mean, I've gotten lucky so many times just because I just want to throw an extra hit in there, even though I knew it wasn't safe. I just did it anyway. Just sharpening my weapon. Wouldn't that be an interesting mechanic if you could sharpen your weapons by just simply, you know, while riding? Just simply, you know. Well, doing that would blunt it, but just kind of slicing it on your way down. Would be a very weird aspect. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, heck, how did that get me? Just outside that window. Yeah, imagine you can just break weapons like that, but I mean, they're stronger, but the downside is that they're shorter. I mean, basically a very powerful dagger. I mean, there's so much they could do, you know, with this series, but, you know, I'm not really complaining. I'm just, you know, I'm always thinking about potential, you know, mechanics they could add to the series, but I understand, you know, there's just so much you got to do already, and Elden Ring, you know, does have a lot of issues in my opinion, but I still love it. It just brings character to the game. Oh heck, I left my Lost Ruins. No, I have to look at this as a practice run. Oh heck, it's weird how sometimes I just can't dodge. There are moments like that where I'll press the button and it's just, I don't know. This has happened since Leonine Misbegotten. That is the one boss where I've noticed the dodge delay, which is something you don't really hear people talk about that much. I've looked it up before, and I've seen a few videos on YouTube and some on Reddit. So it's been addressed, but it's just never really caught much attention. I guess because just not a whole lot of people play this way. I guess, you know, it's just a very niche way to play. So it's just people don't really notice the dodge delay. Now, Bloodborne does have a dodge delay. It's not that bad, but I definitely noticed it when I started playing more in this kind of niche playstyle, especially with Ludwig when I was practicing him before Elden Ring came out, doing a no damage run without the heads up display. And sometimes I would press dodge, and my character just would not move, in time of getting hit. It's like, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really small. You really got to pay attention to what happens, but I'll try to click really loudly. See, it's just not entirely sudden. I have to go with Noble and the Godskin theme. Basically, I think they're the only ones that have that theme, but I really love that one. I love listening to it. I have the music turned off so I can concentrate more. It's so weird. It looks like I was about to go into a dodge, but he got me. And I don't want to blame it on. I don't want to keep blaming it on stuff. I mean, it is my fault, but it is, partially caused to certain faults in the game. So it's kind of half and half, really. It can be avoided. It's just, you got to just work around the issues, which is what we had to do all the way through From Software. I know Dark Souls just feels weird at first, but once you get used to you know, the old controls, I mean, it's really nothing. You just gotta. It's all about just working around, and that's just kind of the magic of these games, is just working around what's in it. Oh heck! See, I thought he was doing a basic stomp. I didn't. I thought he was doing the golden stomp. I need to have it burnt in my memory whenever he's doing the whenever I get like a combo of attacks on him, a certain number of hits on him, I really just need him. I'm like, all right, I got to, which I was prepared. It's just sometimes he does the basic stomp near the time he does his golden stomp. It's just one of those things where I really just gotta keep practicing until I'm just finally used to it. Where I'm like, okay, well, he's gonna do that, and I'm really close to just, just getting used to it, but not yet. Especially if I'm not paying attention. So basically, if I do get through this fight the way I want to, when I get to the Elden Beast, I think that might just be it. Because the Elden Beast just, especially after you fight through all the tight frames on this fight, when you get to the Elden Beast where you get to strike so many times, it's just kind of weird. Ooh. See, I think he's going to do the thrust attack right here. Ah, heck. Ah. I hate it when he just keeps going. I'm like, man, can you at least stop so I can at least punish your attacks? And he just keeps going. Oh, man. That's why I don't like the Margit fight too much anymore. I like the Margot fight. I think it's a lot better. It has a lot more satisfying punishes. But Margit, he just keeps going, especially in the second phase. He's just non-stop, and you just gotta wait for a certain opening just so you can get a hit in and punish his attacks. I think Margit might possibly be the worst one when it comes to just not allowing any openings, because I see a lot of people mention him whenever they talk about fast recovery times from the bosses. I mean, I'm lucky I got through it with the Golem's halberd. I'm really surprised I put in enough time just to get through it like that. But then after that, I pretty much just kind of lost a little bit of my patience and started using faster weapons, because the fights just would have lasted way too long. Ah, God, that one attack, man. It just stays in the air for way too long. It's funny I can just get something down and just take 3 steps back. I considered doing a no roll, but that will just take a lot more time to get down properly. There's some boss fights that I will not roll with. I mean, heck, I had boss fights uploaded last week that I didn't roll with. But when it comes to the bigger fights and more complexity, I just rather not. I'd rather just use dodging. Sometimes dodging just feels a lot better than rolling. I mean, than not rolling. I plan on having another podcast again soon, so let's keep an eye out for that. Oh heck, that's another moment where I pressed the dodge button and for some reason it just didn't register in time. And it's with that attack a lot. Mm-hmm. Got a video coming out today. It's just another clip from a podcast. I'm gonna try to keep those. I think I have enough podcasts to keep it going for a while. I need to have some more podcasts so I can just keep uploading clips from it. Woo! Oh, he did it twice in a row. Wow. I need to put in the description of my build details. I don't really get in too detailed about what build I have, but let's see. It's basically just it's a level 100 build, but it's what I call a fake soul level 1 build. I mean, ruin level 1 build, and it only applies to when I don't upgrade stamina or health. Wait, did it save or something? Oh. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a level 100 build. It's just what the fake soul level 1 fake rune level 1 build means is that like I said, I don't upgrade health, I don't upgrade stamina. I only upgrade what my weapons need. I never intended for this build to get to level 100. It was always intended to be level 55, but the Godskin Duo really shook my playstyle up, because it was just how broken it was, for this kind of niche playstyle. If you want to consider it broken, a lot of people don't consider it broken because it was, it kind of is. It really feels like a boss design for summons and sleeping pots and stuff. But I was in denial, so I was like, no, I'm not going to do all that. So it really depends on your perspective. If you think of playing about boss designs in a game that offers you tools to approach them appropriately, then it's understandable. But I just cannot accept that because these games should be able to be played at these restrictions, because all the other games are played at these restrictions without any conflict. And I don't think I've ever seen this niche play style community complain about the Godskin Duo as much as the other games. Ah, bunker. Really just need to stop attacking during basic attacks. Sorry about my chair squeaking a lot. I'm just, when I kind of sit in a certain position for too long, my legs ache. And I don't feel like leaning back. Oh, well. I've jumped off this side of the stairs so many times because there's, you got three major boss fights that are in this area. You got Margot, Godfrey, and Radagon and the Elden Beast. So you won't believe how many times I've had to jump off here just to get rid of that Lost Ruins thing. I know one thing. Endgame was definitely designed for the player to have dual wielding. Without dual wielding, you're going to do some very pitiful damage, unless you don't mind taking hits with a great sword or something, with an ultra great sword or something like that. If you don't mind taking hits, then you don't worry about it. But if you don't like taking hits, then you definitely want to dual wield with faster weapons. Oh, doing that already. Heck, I hate it when he does it close range like that. Because he does it a little bit faster. I don't know, right now, that's the most problematic attack for me. Because it's just so... It's not exactly clear what he's going to do with it. I don't know if he's going to do it close range. Maybe I need to be far enough away. I have no idea, really, right now. I guess I'm just kind of hoping he doesn't do it so I can get through it. I think the first time I defeated Radagon, I got really lucky. Because I dodged an attack I didn't have to. I dodged it when I really didn't have to. If there's a tail, I really want to find it, because right now I'm like, I don't even know how to even approach that right now. Maybe I should just be far away. Like when he just goes up in the air, just kind of walk away. Maybe he'll finally throw it. Ooh. Wouldn't let me get a second dodge in. Boo. Boo-hoo. I'm gonna say that I love it when I get so close. It's weird. Without the heads-up display, I just know I'm getting close, and then my heart just kind of starts throbbing. It's a very unique sensation. It's just something I cannot get out of any other game. It's one reason why I've been playing this game all year, because not one game has really given me that sensation. Is that I just love how just the challenge is baked into this game, to where it just makes you feel like that. And it's kind of a shame, I mean, if you want to summon spirits, then whatever. But man, just playing in this playstyle just gives you a unique sense of satisfaction that I have never seen in any other video game. They just don't really design games like this anymore. If when they add difficulty settings, it's just bland. They just bloat up enemy statistics, and it's just not really a worthy experience. Oh, this attack again. Oh, he's gonna do it again. What? Ah. Yeah, I hate how that it seems to have spikes on the outside of those AoEs. But at least I know what I did wrong. I think it looks like the best way. You don't need to be close to him. That's what I think I'm starting to notice. Is whenever he starts teleporting, you do not want to be around him. Because being around him causes him to want to start using those projectiles for some is weird. It kind of has the reverse effect. Being close to him causes him to use projectiles, and being far away from him causes him not to use projectiles as much. Which I don't know. That sounds so weird. That must be. Um, I know I'll eventually have to. If I ever want to platinum the game, which will probably it won't be for a while. I probably won't platinum this game until they release all the DLCs, more than likely. Because after I get pretty much all the boss reviews that I want done, I'm probably just gonna take a major break and finish other things that I've started on this year, like Radagon. Ah, heck. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, Frog Gun. There was supposed to be some kind of Dark Souls parody game coming out. I think it was supposed to be this year, but then you got Ragnarok. I got it's almost maybe a month and a half until that game comes out, and I'm going to be definitely putting my attention towards that. So that'll be a nice break from Elden Ring. Don't expect any boss reviews from God of War. The bosses in God of War 2018 was very disappointing, and I'm hoping that they're better in this one. Skill wise, but I'm not really. God of War has never been a game about skill. It's always just been about spectacle and cinematic purposes. So, I'm not gonna really I'll probably make a review. But that's probably about it. But I'm definitely going to binge play that game. And I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of fun too, because I pretty much loved all the God of War games, but the 2018 one kind of gets into the middle of the tier list of God of War games for me personally. I mean, I do respect what it has done for the series, but I just miss that old style gameplay more. Dang it! For some reason, that just keeps getting me right now. The old style God of War 3 just was really the peak, and they really should have. I was hoping they would build up on that, which they did in Ascension. God of War 3 and Ascension both have the best gameplay in the whole series. And then God of War 2, which God of War 2 builds up on the original playstyle of the first game, but just made it significantly better. God of War 1 can easily get very bored, especially to today's standards. But God of War 2 is pretty much, it's just really God of War 1. The PSP versions are okay. I would probably put God of War 1 at the bottom, really. Because I think I would rather play God of War 2018 than the first God of War at this point. I hate to say that because David Jaffe made it, and I don't know. I used to have a lot of respect for David Jaffe, but he's kind of, I don't know. He's kind of a suck-up, really, to his fans. He's too afraid to saying the opposite thing of what most of his fans agree with, and I don't know, it's just kind of cop-out. I don't know, that's just what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong about the guy, but that's just what I've noticed. I used to follow his live streams, but I got tired of listening to him. He was just saying really weird things. Ah, heck. Gotta remember to stay out of that. By the time I noticed, it was too late. You'll notice in like a lot of old David Jaffe footage, he'll just say things where he's almost too afraid to speak. But I really respect the man for the games he's made, though. I mean, I can't take that away from him. It's just, I don't think I could have a conversation with him. Whenever I've asked him questions on live streams, he always just seems to get upset over just simple little questions. I'm like, why are you getting so? I mean, it's not like it was anything controversial. I asked him something, something as simple as just secrets to Twist Metal Black, and he had like all the secrets were revealed. I'm like, you haven't said everything about Twist Metal Black yet. Dang it, I left the Lost Ruins in here. And then I asked him about how to find the stock music for the cutscenes, and I don't think he. No, he said that they were in the soundtrack, but they're not. It's just the music that they composed. So that's why I had to go out and find the stock music myself. He just needs to get back on board of the games he used to make. He needs to stop concentrating on online multiplayer. He needs to get with it and just concentrate on single player games. I know the man can make video games, so I don't know why he's concentrating on stuff that doesn't work. Ah, heck, I thought it was a different attack. I forgot what his vision for God of War 3 was. He talked about it one time, but I can't even remember what it was. It wasn't really, I guess it wasn't really that appealing, because I just love the way they handled God of War 3. God of War 3 is definitely in my top 10 video games of all time. It's just, it kind of came out at a very awkward time in my life, and it was just really there to comfort me. Because I got it due to my PSP getting destroyed by someone. That was definitely one of the saddest days of my life, is when my PSP was destroyed. That sucked so much, because I brought that PSP everywhere I went. And I got a PSP Vita later on, but it just wasn't the same. Oh, come on, you wouldn't even give me enough time to dodge. I hate that attack. I hate it so much. Alright. But yeah, I feel like I can just really do this all. I love it when I get to a point to where I'm comfortable with the boss, to just kind of live stream practicing it. I mean, I could probably do this all day with the fire giant. I don't know. I don't really have that much time in the day, obviously. But it's just nice having that comfort zone with the boss. Yeah, that Elden Ring cutscene is really cool. Ooh, there's always a spicy one. There you go again, dodging for no reason. Almost didn't make that. Oh, you can see I was in the middle of a dodge. I love that attack, but man, sometimes I'm trying to get it frame perfect, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. I gotta remember when he's in that motion of doing those bunch of weird attacks. I just need to stop until he just chills out because he gets so crazy with those. Just the moment I see that projectile throw at the very beginning, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to get a hit in for a while. That would be very surprising if Ragnarok actually blew me away more than Elden Ring. I just don't see it happening, really. I mean, I'm expecting Ragnarok to be a good game, but when it comes to just competing with Elden Ring, it's just highly unlikely. I mean, Elden Ring is probably one of the best games I've ever played. To disregard the even though Elden Ring has its issues, it's still just one of the best games I've ever played. And my 25 plus years of gaming. And then, Ragnarok is probably just going to offer a really nice cinematic experience, but that's probably just going to be it. Ah, heck. I guess I just still need to get the timing down for that. I thought I had it, but I guess I'm thinking about something else now. That's the problem. That's the problem when you have boss attacks that kind of look too similar. You just kind of get the rhythm of those set of attacks, and then when you see a different set of attacks, it just kind of throws you off. It was like that with Horaloo, with his stomp attacks. It was really throwing me off in comparison with Godfrey, and eventually it just clicked in where I'm like, all right, well, that's the difference. It's just very subtle. It's just a lot of subtlety to get used to. Going to have to leave here soon. Gotta go somewhere. I gotta go somewhere. Oh heck! I was looking at my screen. I was looking at the computer screen. All right, I think it's time for me to. My legs are just. I just like concentrating when I'm sitting up in comparison to leaning back, but oh well. I hate that I can't seem to get in one position without my legs hurting for some reason. I tried dual wielding the wart battle axes or warped axes, whatever they're called, and it's good, but it doesn't really inflict as much damage. I think maybe the only benefit from that is just maybe getting a stagger. I need to stop just looking over at my computer screen. It's so distracting. So it's like whenever I see a flicker over there, I'm like, oh, did someone comment? But it's not a big deal. It's not like I'm, totally intentional of getting it done today. It's just fun practice. I haven't even gotten to the Elder Beast once for the stream. heck? I don't know why I cannot get that down right now. It seems like it's a lot better when I'm closer to him. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm just too far. Maybe when he starts rising up like that, I just need to, just run towards him because it's just dodging that attack for some reason is just really off-putting right there. All right, Twilight. We got Twilight in the chat. Need to have a podcast with him soon. Appreciate it. And Ice Main Hand Fire. Oh yeah, I've been hearing about. I have someone told me about that. I heard it was very effective. Sounds like a fun build. But I'm not trying to kill him too quickly. Right now it's pretty much the perfect length that I want. I'm not trying to kill him in 10 seconds. That's not what I want at all. Oh, heck. That little hook. At first I was thinking maybe this is too fast, but, the fight's already kind of fast-paced and just kind of thrilling already. I think whatever I do is enough. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I got footage of me defeating him earlier, and it's a minute and 30 seconds. And if I'm anticipating that the Elden Beast is probably going to be just as long, so it'll probably be 3 minutes, but maybe it'll go up to 4 minutes, so I'll have plenty to talk about within the 4 minutes of that review. And unless the boss has a really small, weak moveset, I really don't want to kill it in under a minute. I want to get a good breath of everything the boss has to offer. I was hoping to get a lot. Finally got the worm face footage that I wanted, but well, not entirely. It missed out on a lot of attacks, but sometimes the boss just will not offer all of the attacks that it has within a certain amount of time, unfortunately. Ah, heck. I was trying to, I was hoping he would, I wasn't attacking fast enough. I was anticipating for him to hang on a little bit longer. Oh, there's the wife. Gotta go.